Good morning, Snohomish County. It's good to see everyone. Happy May Day, May 1st. I cannot believe we're here. I'm Chelsea Brown with Team Brown, and I'm here to talk about seller concessions and specifically about a Redfin article that got published late last April in regards to seller concessions nationally and at the local level. And so what that article said basically is that in the first quarter, sellers were giving 41% of sellers were giving concessions to buyers on their home purchase, and that's on a national level. And at a local level, in Seattle, 71% of sellers were giving concessions to buyers. And we talked about this in one of our recent office meetings, and it was an interesting figure. And we did have some follow-up questions. We were wondering, how much of those transactions were just Redfin agents, Redfin transactions. One of my questions was how many of those transactions were resale versus new construction, because when you're comparing resale homes versus new construction, the strategy is much different. And I thought it would be interesting to compare those figures to our figures, Team Brown and Team Rigla, for quarter one. We've had a really busy quarter. We've had 11 transactions, and 3 of those happen to be sellers. 8 of those happen to be buyers. And when I was digging through the numbers this morning, I thought it was really interesting, the figures that showed in our business, reflected in our business. So out of the 3 sellers that we helped for quarter one, we offered 0 concessions to buyers. I believe that we achieved this because we prepared our homes to the best we possibly could, prepared the home for market and priced it accordingly. So there was a lot of interest, the home sold very quickly, and there was no need to offer any additional concessions to any prospective buyers. So when we represented sellers for quarter one, we did not give out any seller concessions. So fun fact, we helped 8 buyers in quarter one, represented 8 buyers. That was a lot, and it was really fun. And I totaled up the amount of concessions we were able to get on behalf of our buyers, and it was roughly $80,000 in concessions. And I broke that down a little bit further. So 4 out of 8 of the buyers were new construction. And so I think that is really something important to point out. $67,000 of that $80,000 came from those 4 transactions from new construction for our buyers. So I think it's really important to point out that we are still at historically low inventory levels in the Northwest, and a majority of our inventory is coming from new construction because there's still very few resale homes that are coming out there. New construction homes are typically more expensive, and then oftentimes you can get the builder to work with you because they are working with a preferred lender, and between the builder and the lender, they can offer you a variety of different concessions. We're seeing lots of concessions out there being offered by local and national builders. 20,000 seems to be a very common figure, and our buyers are using that concession, that 20,000, to either buy their rate down permanently or temporarily, or prepaying some of their HOA prepaids, their store capacity charge that comes with new construction. So they're basically just making the home more affordable because new construction, again, you're going to pay a little bit more for a brand new home. So having those concessions to play around with, you can really be creative and do a lot. And so when you're looking more at resale homes, they're far less, and there's more demand for resale homes. They're not going to be as expensive as a brand new home. The home's already kind of been broken into, or lived in. It's usually made of better materials because they were built, in years where, the materials were made of better quality. So those are some of the reasons why a buyer might be attracted to a resale home versus a brand new home. And we found that resale homes that are priced accordingly, priced appropriately, well prepped, they're still selling very quickly. They're still fetching multiple offers. And I'm coaching my buyers, advising them if, we're looking at resale homes and it's more competitive, I would not expect as much of a concession as if we were shopping a new construction. If we're asking for too much, that may potentially hurt your offer and you may miss out on that home. So you do want to assess the situation, see how competitive it is, and write your offer accordingly. And when you work with a great team, a great agent, they're going to work hard on your behalf to get as much info from the selling agent, the listing agent as you can, so you can craft an appropriate offer and win the home of your dreams. So whether it's new construction or resale, we have lots of strategies, and we'd love to talk more about seller concessions and what that means for you as a seller or buyer. So reach out to us, and thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon.